Hi, cities. How are you doing? Welcome to Nine. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I don't know if you all have seen the American man who is married to a Venezuelan woman and she got deported a few days back. And the man is in so much pain, coming out, screaming that he is for Trump, right? That he wants to speak to Trump and he wants them to come to an agreement. I absolutely do not know what the agreement is going to be, but it is more like, can you bring my wife back so that, because I am your supporter, right? Yeah, he can do it because I have the privilege. I am a white man, and we are supposed to have everything at the snap of my finger. It doesn't work like that. It looks like I'm sorry that I am laughing, but it's very laughable. Some of you all thought that man was joking when he said that he is deporting everybody. You thought he was joking. Trump was not joking. Trump meant business, and he is on his own business because you all refuse to listen. You all refuse to read. You all refuse to understand. Black people have been screaming this for months, and you all thought because your wife is a good woman, or because she is family oriented, or because she's been here for 25 years, for that reason, she cannot be deported, or maybe because she's married to a white man and she has a child here, for that reason, she cannot be deported. But now she's deported, so what are you going to do? I hope you have seen Trump so far, so you guys can have one-on-one talk. Nonsense. Good riddance to bad nonsense. Let's get into this video.
They turned off the cameras, excuse my language, and then they took my wife.
This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here. This video, only 1 minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything was good. He just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
I get a chance to talk to you, man. Yo, please, man, let's work something out. So you, man, let me keep my wife here. And you know what I'm saying, man? She deserves to be here, man.
Happy Trickery Thursday, guys. How are you this morning? Quick update. It seems another segment of this mass deportation backlash has happened. We have a gentleman, a Trump voter, and he has an issue. Although he voted for Trump and it was in full support of the mass deportations, somehow he didn't think that his wife would get caught up in that. Who, by the way, was 2 weeks away from a judgment that gave her an extension for another few years. And it was reported, you could see the gentleman trying to negotiate with ISIS about how his wife deserves to be here and how he was a Trump supporter. And he was coming up with all kind of negotiating terms to please don't take my wife. My question is, how did you vote against your wife? A community that sticks together. How did you vote against the best interest of your wife? And now when what you did comes back to bite you in the ass, because obviously you didn't care about your wife when you voted. You did not think about her when you went in that booth. But now that you're about to lose her, and I'm assuming all that comes with her, now you want to negotiate. Now, mass deportation is not such a great idea, right? Okay. another front of mass deportation. Trump supporters, your boy has decided to come up with another one of his fabulous executive orders. And in this order, he wants to use Gitmo. Yeah, you guys remember that horrific prison setup? All I can think about, in the proper pronunciation, all I can say is Gitmo. Guantanamo or something like that? Gitmo. Horrific conditions. It's where they held the terrorists. Yeah, it's where they held the terrorists, and it was some of the most inhumane conditions ever heard of. Trump wants to use 30,000 beds there to turn the place into a concentration camp for illegal immigrants. Yeah, you guys are going to Gitmo. Where all those MAGAs was hollering they were going to send, all the Democrats, Biden and his whole family to Gitmo and have those tribal, the military tribunes, the military, where they were going to be judged by the military tribune or something of that nature. That's where you guys are headed. That's what Trump has planned for you. The man that was up on the stage with a woman that had Latinos for Trump, kissed the Latino, said he loves Latinos. Now he's sending y'all ass to Gitmo. He's sending y'all to Gitmo because y'all bought his snake oil salesman routine. Y'all bought a hook, line, and sinker. And now, not only are your loved ones, such as your wives, I still don't understand how you went in there and voted against your wife, but okay. It keeps getting worse. It keeps getting worse, and it keeps proving that we are not, nor have we ever been, your problem, your issue. Instead of being anti-black, you should have been anti-white, because they are making your lives absolute just torture. It's not even miserable. You guys are being tortured. You're living under the fear of a knock at the door. You can't even go, you don't even feel comfortable going to work, let alone to the stores and the gas stations. And you anti-black? Like we hold the power to make your lives the living hell they are right now? But you anti-black. Our sitting up commenting on the backlash on the FAFO is so horrific that y'all get on here and make tons and tons of videos of how evil and how wrong we are, but yet you have no smoke for the people that are writing these laws that this country is going to abide by, that's coming after you, and you have no smoke. You guys are so humble with them. You're crying, oh, President Trump, please help us. Oh, I don't see no, excuse me, I don't see any rage. I don't see any rage. I don't see any resentment. I don't see any smoke. But you got it for us. As if we have the power to make decisions to affect your life. That's what you're saying. Okay. Oh, and one more thing. In Missouri, the Republican Party, who you guys support overwhelmingly, the Republican parties in Missouri has brought a bill to the floor, and it's a very interesting bill. And it's they were talking about the $1,000 bounty that they have, that they want to implement for turning in illegals. But then on the Ring of Fire, which is a podcast I watch, he was like, watch the wording, white man speak. Watch the wording, because under his interpretation, they were going to give the $1,000 to the actual bounty hunters, official, I guess, bounty hunters, and not just the public who would just be giving it. You would be like an informant. You would just be like giving information, but you're not going to get the $1,000. That's how it was interpreted on Ring of Fire. But there was also another interesting tidbit that came out of that podcast, and that was the Republican Party wants to, with the illegal immigrants that the countries refuse to take, they want to bring them back here, and for crossing the border illegally, which is a misdemeanor. It's a misdemeanor. But if their country refuses to take them, or where they send them refuses to take them back, they want to bring them back to the United States and charge them for illegal crossing of the border, and they want to sentence them to life in prison without parole. I didn't misspeak. The Republican Party in Missouri has a bill on the floor where they want to set up a system to where whatever illegal immigrant that they have and they transport back to the country they think they should be in, if the country refuses to accept them, they say, okay, bring them back, but they're going to put you in prison, and they're going to put you in prison for life without the possibility of parole. But the black people sitting up here talking about the F around and FO find out that you're going through is the problem. Not people out here trying to set up systems to put you guys in prison for the rest of your life for a misdemeanor. For a misdemeanor. You guys will get more time in prison than murderers. You guys will get more time in prison than sex traffickers. You guys will get more time in prison than molesters and child molesters for a misdemeanor. A misdemeanor. But black people, y'all problem. But y'all anti-black. I want y'all to think about all this, and then think about how is it that we are your enemy and the white person is your friend. Think about that. Come out of your hatred for a second and just look at this thing logically. How are we your problem when we don't have any power? You guys said that yourself. Just thought for Trickery Thursday. Have a good one.
This is all I got from this video, and I am going to ask this. How do you, as an American man, you have the power to vote, right? And your wife does not have doesn't have citizenship yet. She is Venezuelan, right? And your heart, with everything this man said, you intentionally voted for him. And now they've taken your wife back home, and you are asking him to come so you guys can talk and come to a term, come to an agreement, when you intentionally sent your wife back home. I don't know how to say this, but some people are really the problem, their own problem. Because some, is it illiteracy or something, or just that some people do not care about themselves? Because if you care about yourself, you absolutely would do the very best for your wife. So why are you coming out crying? Why are you screaming that you are like your life is, how is your life chartered? Your life is still in a hole, because if you could come out to ask for him to so you guys can have one-on-one talk, because you are a pro-Trump, right? You think he's going to listen to you. I love it when people play themselves and think they are playing others. It's really one of the best things that will ever happen to it. Watching people cry over something that they thought was going to affect the other person, and it's affecting them. How your wife, probably she doesn't have money, or she depends on you so badly. How do people do that? How? Well, you still have option, because you are American citizen, right? So you can always fly to Venezuela to go see your wife. So there is no need complaining. I don't know how to say. I think I have Say this over and over and over, and it looks like, when you are repeating, like a repetition is not cool, right? But the best I can say is that when OGs talk, listen. Some of you all act, I mean, like some of them act like they are smart, but the only thing that make them look like they are smart is because they speak English. Nothing more than that. Because tell me how somebody saw this man's manifesto or policy and did not think twice and went straight, even when your wife is undocumented. You thought because she has stayed in US for how many years, for that reason she will not be deported, or because she is married to a white man and you are American citizen, for that reason she will not be deported. Is that what you were thinking? Or because she's a good wife or she's a good citizen, for that period she's been there undocumented, you think that is going to, save the situation? Some of you already need to be really critical thinking. Some people like critical thinking. And that is one of the, I think they need to start a school that where people like, they need to study critical thinking, because some people are losing it and then come online to scream. There are some things you bring online, people absolutely will laugh at you, which I do not want to laugh at anybody, so that they don't say you don't have sympathy, your empathy is lost. Let it be lost. It's none of my business. You can say whatever you like. But for him to be foolish, to set, because he absolutely single-handedly sent the wife back home. Don't tell me otherwise, because that is how it is. Next time, I hope you think twice. And next time, I hope you choose wisely. I am going to keep bringing this here because you all thought Black people are your problem. Now we are seeing who the real problems are. You all are your own problem. It is the rich white man telling a poor white man that his or her problem is a Black person. You already saw. Bye for now.